Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and I've kind of been expecting this one for a while. Georgia ethics chief to issue subpoenas in investigation of Abrams' gubernatorial campaign. The news director of Georgia's State Ethics Commission will subpoena bank records from 2018 gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams' campaign, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. David Imati, a previous prosecutor for Douglas County before assuming office Monday, will also soon make a decision on whether to charge campaigns of Atlanta mayoral candidates for campaign finance fraud. Imati said Thursday he expects to subpoena bank and finance records for the Abrams campaign and several associated political action committees and special interest groups. Independent groups, which are forbidden by law from coordinating with candidates, spent millions on Abrams' campaign, with much of that coming from wealthy out-of-state donors, according to the Journal-Constitution. Imati replaced Stefan Ritter, who was accused of watching pornography at work and telling staff not to pursue potential campaign finance violations by candidates for city and statewide office, according to the newspaper. Ritter resigned in February. The Abrams campaign worked diligently to ensure compliance throughout the election, and, had we been notified of any irregularities, we would have taken immediate action to rectify them, Lauren Growargo, who managed the Abrams 2018 campaign, told the newspaper. The new ethics chief, a Republican Governor Brian Kemp donor and former Republican Party leader, is using his power to threaten and lob baseless partisan accusations at the former Abrams campaign, when they should be focused on real problems like the unethical ties between the governor's office and the voting machine lobbyists instead. Abrams has been talked up as a potential candidate for both president and Senate in 2020 and has suggested she will make a decision on whether to run soon, while also shooting down speculation she would join a presidential ticket with former Vice President Joe Biden, the current polling frontrunner among potential Democratic candidates. This one, honestly, I'm not surprised by how Abrams and her campaign are reacting. Anytime anyone rightly points out and pursues the correct course of action, when a Democrat breaks campaign finance law, it's instantly a partisan decision, and we weren't told we were doing wrong, and this is just punishing us. I have a bit of advice for Miss Abrams and all who were involved in her campaign. It is not the job of the state or federal government to watch you like a hawk, as if they were one of Odin's ravens, so they can swoop down and go, no, 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 that would be illegal. You can't do that every time you try to break the law. It is your obligation as a candidate to know the law, such as the law stating that independent organizations that are funded by out of state donors cannot directly work for or with your campaign. This is what is alleged to have happened. And of course, the governor's office is not involved in this. The ethics chief is issuing a subpoena so that he can find out if this happened. You notice that when anyone spoke ill of Bob Mueller during his investigation, the instant move was, we must protect Mueller, protect Mueller, protect Mueller. We need to pass a law saying the president can't fire people who work for the executive branch. We got to protect Mueller, protect Mueller, protect Mueller. But when the Georgia ethics chief says the law was broken and we need to investigate, well, why would you do that? You don't need to investigate us. Just believe us. We didn't do anything wrong because you didn't tell us it was wrong to do anything we did. So it's your fault we broke the law, so you should be punished. It's liberalism 101. Accuse your accuser of actually doing what you did. If you're accused of breaking the law, your accuser should have stopped you before you broke the law and told you, no, you can't do that, it's illegal. But as soon as Democrats or liberals in any form gain power, everyone is to know every instance of every law passed that has not been repealed. They are expected to adhere strictly to them because any law breaking is punished to the fullest when it's the Democrats doing the punishing. I have no doubt that had Abrams been the one to win, then every single person who ran against her would have instantly been under investigation for ethics complaints, so that they would have criminal charges filed and couldn't run for anything else anytime soon. We hear it from Hillary Clinton almost daily now. You see, the Department of Justice subpoenaed the emails on her private server, which was illegal on itself, and those emails were deleted. That would be destroying evidence. That is a crime. Yet there is no evidence of collusion, no evidence of obstruction. Mueller himself filed the report with AG Barr, and Mueller said, "I'm not the Attorney General. I am the investigator. I am saying I found no evidence of collusion, and I cannot rule on obstruction. I will allow the AG to apply current U.S. law." When that is done, of course, well, it was a partisan hack decision. But when Hillary deletes emails, well, you didn't tell us she couldn't do that. You seeing a pattern here? You should, and it should frighten you. Right now, as it stands, we have so many of the Democrats that are being investigated for this, that, and the other. Ocasio-Cortez and Omar are both facing FEC investigations. Abrams in Georgia. And many others are just blatantly flaunting that they will do whatever the hell they want to do. But when a Republican says we need to investigate this, they are abusing the power of their office and must be removed for the good of everyone. It's hypocrisy, plain and simple. This is rules for thee, not for me. This is Animal Farm brought to life. All Americans are equal, but some are more equal than others. And it has to stop. Honestly, it does. And it won't until we have one of these high value or high class, high position, whatever you want to call it, high visibility Democrats in jail. I would personally want to start at the top, where we have actual possibility of treason and sedition, which should land them in Guantanamo Bay for the rest of their life. Then work down the chain, watching as the rats try to scurry off the sinking ship until we get to the very bottom feeders and they spend a year or so in a small jail. Only when the liberals who have not yet broken a law see their idols turning to clay and crumbling as they go away for a long time will we have a possibility of returning to a country where someone says, I didn't win the election, but I shouldn't go into that restaurant and harass this person. Or, I didn't win the election, and now they want to see my emails. I should delete them. Only when people see that every law is applied to everyone. And as it stands now, the evidence clearly states that no law was broken by the Trump campaign. We know that wiretapping happened, but to investigate it is wrong. Here we have excellent evidence that Stacey Abrams' campaign broke campaign finance law. But we're not to investigate it because Stacey Abrams is a liberal Democrat. And that is, plain and simple, insanity. But I've talked about this long enough. I want to know what you think. Pardon me. Make sure to keep it classy, keep it civil. We don't learn from argument. We learn from debate. And also, please like the video and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're the first to know about any new content as it is posted. I am doing my best to stick to the schedule of 4s and 10s during the week, that being Monday through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, a bit more free form as I have obligations with the family and outside of work and such. So the weekends may, in some cases, be feast or famine. But during the week, I do all I can to make sure I have these out. So notifications with the subscription will make sure you're notified when I post on and off schedule. Until the next time, though, everyone have a wonderful day.